Hey YouTube, it's Adrian. Just before we get you to this video, do me a favor and head over to pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and I would love for you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make a pageant industry that is safe, transparent, and fair. I know it's like that most of the time, but over the last year, it's become very evident that it's not like that all of the time. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, put in your email address, and let's get you to this.
I think we may be live now. Okay. There's no one watching yet, and I wanted to work out how to record this. This is super professional. Apparently, I have gone live. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's Adrian from the Pageant Project. I'm super professional as always. We're using, and if the girls want to share, now's the time to share whilst I babble on a little bit. I'm using a new software to do this. It has a few features that the other software can't do. Having said that, it's a bit simpler, so I can't do intro screens, etc., etc. So if you can actually hear me babbling on, that'd be great. I can see a load of you have tuned in because we already had a few audio issues. Like Lauren could hear everyone except myself. So if you can hear me
for like a few minutes.
What? See, I actually thought for a minute that you were pulling my leg because I asked Lauren, can you hear me? And then you said no. So I thought Lauren's just having me on because I didn't know whether to take you seriously or not. So if anyone can hear me, please type in the comments. I'm not seeing any comments at the moment, so I don't know if the comments are working. But we'll start with going around the room, so to speak. Oh, Imogen, poor Imogen has a migraine, so she won't be joining us. So Imogen, if you do watch this back, hope you get well soon. Migraines are horrible. I hear coffee works for migraines, weirdly enough. Apparently, one of my friends has very bad migraines and she has black coffee as a solution, so that might work. Now, I think everyone will know, a lot of people know that Lauren's had a horrible week, so I won't ask Lauren how her week's gone. I'll just say, Lauren, hope you're hanging in there. I think you've had a lot of messages, so I'm not going to ask how that goes. I've been there. It's horrible. So I just wanted to mention Lauren so you guys don't think I'm ignoring her. I'll skip across to, we go to Danielle, the queen of self-incrimination. Danielle, how are things going? How's that artwork? Is the artwork hung up?
No, it's not hung up. Still here. I'm waiting till you're like a day away from posting the pageant review site, and
I finished it now, Danielle.
No, you haven't. Don't lie to me. Lies.
Just don't tell her when you finished it, and just
I'll get whiff of it. I'll get whiff of when it's ready to go live, because you'll be wanting to hype it up first. I know your games, and before you actually launch, I'll know about it, and I'll pop this bad boy on the wall.
You know,
so my week
ruining my fun.
Ruining your fun, always. Can
you guys see that underneath now? The get well soon Imogen. So this is one thing that I can see that I can do with the comments now is I can bring them on. I can also bring a random person on. So you guys knew that I actually phoned Imogen when we were having when we had Charlotte Clemmy on, and we could only bring her voice on. This I can actually bring someone on via webcam if they were brave enough, and do a bit of a chat show. So look at that. We are so advanced here. Look at this. And this software is so simple to use. Even Danielle could use it. Swear to God.
Wow. I don't know about that. It has to be really simple.
It really is. Really. It's okay. Anyway, Danielle, I interrupted you. Please continue.
That's cool. Yeah, just been just chatting with all this lot in the group. And I got sunburnt on Saturday because I laid out in the sun for like 2 hours, and my pasty English skin can't take it, so my entire back is red raw. But other than that, today I did the weekly shop for my family.
How much did you spend this time,
all
Danielle?
The excitement to report, really.
It's like a couple of £100 last time, wasn't it?
It was 125 this time. It wasn't too bad. Yeah. Well, it's a big shop. And me and my dad, we like to eat. So, and
It doesn't.
I've got a bougie taste. Let's just say so.
That's true.
Yeah.
Did you buy yourself any more flowers?
Yes, I did. I bought some white roses today.
Did you get
They
yourself any of those
hadn't
little
had any
peppers
flowers
with
in
the
Tesco
cheese
for a little while,
inside?
and I like to treat myself to a little bouquet of white roses. So I've got them on my side there, next to my candle that's burning.
It's just you got us all on the
that's been
pepper
my
and the
week,
cheese
really.
hype.
Just chatting and
soon as
hanging
we
out
got
with this lot.
You guys are all trying to talk over one another and no one can hear anything. I'm just going to say that out of all of your lovely faces, there isn't a single one of you who doesn't love eating. Let's be honest. Like, I don't know many pageant girls who don't like everyone literally is doing this at the same time. Although Olivia, I still maintain, Olivia, you're one of the pickiest eaters because you answered my Instagram poll about sweet corn is that you don't like sweet corn.
What?
No, it's fine on the cob, right? It's fine on the cob, but not out of tin. Like, that's the fear. Like, no.
Why?
I can't have it out of the tin. I just can't.
Yeah, but
do
then
it.
when you have it on the cob, it gets stuck in your teeth, and it's so
Yeah.
annoying.
It's so much better.
It's just
like,
remove.
Like the most inoffensive vegetable ever.
No,
Is it even a vegetable though?
I don't even think it's a vegetable.
It's not
It's
an
just
animal.
it's nice.
Is it a legume?
Oh,
I think that's
Danielle,
onion.
you can have this conversation with the giant brain herself, Chloe, because I legume. Maybe though sweet corn is doused in so much sugar that it might actually be confectionery. That's the one thing I would guess at.
I mean,
because
it
it's
is
not
called
just corn.
sweet corn for a reason.
Yeah. But Olivia, what food do you like? Remind me, because all I can remember is all the foods you don't like. You don't like haggis. You don't like mash and potato? You don't like mashed potato. And literally, whenever you think of these foods, you look like you're going to vomit. I've seen that face so many times.
I'm actually not a fussy eater at all. Like, there's not a lot of things that I won't eat, to be honest. I just like after Galaxy as well. Like, I went absolutely crazy, obviously, because there was a lot of things that I couldn't eat on the way up to Galaxy. But yeah, no, there's not a lot of things that I won't eat, and I've been eating more than I should the last few weeks as well. So I've been making up for it, but it's been fine.
Well, when I interviewed Olivia, and I just went back through the interview because I'm editing it to upload it to YouTube, I was reminded of the fact that you had an entire bowl of cream, wasn't it? Some sort of cream. And you said you had to try baking the cake again because the cake hadn't worked. It looked congealed. It looked disgusting. And you said if you didn't use that bowl of cream, you were going to sit down and eat the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. But my bacon's got so much better because my mum and dad reopened their shop because of everything that's been going on, but they've been able to reopen, and their suppliers can't get to them with everything that's going on. So I have been given the job of star baker. So I have been baking away, and I've heard off everybody that I'm the top baker now. I'm getting better. Something good is coming out of quarantine, I swear.
I'm going to fill out your application for the Great British Bake Off right now.
Yeah.
I love the Bake Off, and I was absolutely raging the other day because they've taken it off Netflix. Like, I love sitting watching the Bake Off on Netflix, and they've taken it off, and I'm so upset. And I thought there was going to be like an uproar on social media, and there wasn't, and it made me think I'm probably the only person that sits and watches it, and that's why it's been taken off. But I love watching it. Was
it taken off for being too explicit, or taken off for why?
I don't know. Sometimes they just take things off because it's been on for a while. But I love sitting watching the Bake Off. I think it's great fun. And do you know what's funny? Do you ever watch something so many times and you know what's going to happen? Like, I would just rewatch series and I know who's going to win and I know what's going to happen. But somebody would burn their cake and I'd be like, oh no, she's burnt her cake. Oh no, what she's going to do? And I actually feel dead emotional watching it. It's like you're watching a soap, like, oh no, she's burnt it. Oh no, what's she going to do?
I don't mind it when they burn them. I just don't like it when they drop like the masterpieces or like the biscuits break.
Yeah.
Because there's no coming back from that.
What was the one that when he didn't put it in the freezer for long enough,
at least if you burn your cake a little bit,
and it all just went
burnt it off.
There's one where the guy just puts it in the bin, and it's just so bad. So emotions are high. It's bad. but we can't watch
That's
it now.
what Olivia's been doing for the whole week. Is just watching.
I was going to say,
Bake-Off.
you've made this British Bake Off sound extremely exciting, and I really doubt that it is. But according to
No,
you,
it
it's
is.
like
It is.
I love it.
it's baking.
But
It's thrilling
like
stuff.
reality TV and baking.
I get excited about bacon, but baking is I don't know. Chloe, I'm sure you can see your mum has chimed in. Obviously, you're not the only one with a giant brain, so I don't know if that's right. Chloe, is that correct?
I don't know that it's right, but I know that it's not a legume. I thought legumes were things like onions and
Beans.
I thought it looked beans, right?
well, there's something that I don't know.
All right. I haven't gone really around to Olivia to tell us how her week is, but I feel like we've got more of an insight than we need to have into Olivia's life at the moment. But on a serious note, before I circle around to the giant brain, I know you've got your Still Miles for Mind campaign going on, and we will circle around to Galaxy. Obviously, was postponed and stuff. We'll get around to that soon enough. But do you want to catch us up on anything else other than how much you hate Netflix for taking away your exciting baking show?
So for Miles for Minds, we are just over a third of the way there. Obviously, we've got a very, very long time now to reach our target, but I'm sure we'll smash it way before then. And apart from that, I've actually been really busy because as I said, mum and dad's shop reopened, which is great for us, obviously, because we're a really small family business. But not only does it mean we get to spend time with each other even more, we're already pulling each other's hair out at the moment, but I get to go out and do deliveries for the shop. And I've been baking as well, so that's great. So it's amazing what you find out you can actually do as well during quarantine. So obviously we get things from suppliers like our bakery goods, but we've realised like, oh, we can actually do this ourselves. So we've realised as well during this we can actually cut costs for our own business, which is amazing. Apart from that, what else have I been doing?
I love the thought of you doing deliveries. Can you guys imagine you're in Scotland and you order like a pizza or something and it's delivered by Miss Galaxy UK? I mean, that's
In a crown.
pretty cool.
A lot of, obviously, it's like all of our regular kind of customers that are ordering from us, but some people just kind of know me by name because my mum always talks about me in the shop because she loves talking about us all. And I show up, obviously I don't show up dressed like this. I've got my trackies on and a scrunchie in and no makeup, and they always look at me and they're like, Are you the one that does the pageants? I'm like, that's me. Yeah, that's me. enjoy your pizza. See you later. They're a bit like,
Enjoy your
No,
pizza.
actually.
See you later.
Not really what they were expecting, but
Well, I still think it's hilarious. What's the name of the business?
it's called Cafe Mariana's. It's an Italian restaurant, and we called it Mariana's because my grandmother's name was Marion. And we're not actual Italians. I've spoken about this before. We're just kid-on Italians. My mum and dad used to have a restaurant in Glasgow city centre, and they actually won Best Italian Restaurant in Scotland in 2010, so they did really well. But their business partner was Italian at the time, and then he retired, and they just kept all their contacts and stuff, and they love Italy, they love the culture, they love going there on holiday. So my dad's always just like, you've got the dark hair, just kid on.
The accent is a little bit of a giveaway.
Yeah, apart from the accent, obviously that's a dead giveaway.
You don't sound Italian to me. I mean, maybe it's just me, but so just to give it a bit of a plug, so it's in Glasgow. So what sort of radius do you deliver in? If someone's watching from Glasgow and wants their pizza or pasta delivered by Miss Galaxy.
I have no idea. Round about like kind of Kirkintilloch, Glendy, Bearsden, Cumbernauld sort of area. You have
Okay.
malfunction. Sorry, guys.
All right. I'm going to take that as a sign that Olivia needs to chill out for a little bit. She's a bit too excited. I will put this comment up here from Joanna so that everyone can see it. I need to circle around to the giant brain that is Chloe Lake, who is a destroyer of Team Teen Queen and so good that no one wants to play with her anymore. And Chloe, I didn't see Boris's address. I know you follow that religiously. So can you actually clue me in on exactly what's happening in the UK now, as well as telling us how your week was?
So A lot has changed, but not a lot has actually changed. There's a bit more of an emphasis on people that work in kind of manufacturing, construction, engineering, people that can't work from home going back to work. But I think today a lot of questions were asked about, well, if a workplace isn't as safe as it possibly could be, can people walk out from their work? Children are supposed to be going back to school maybe June, July time. Obviously, all this is dependent on how the virus is transmitted between now and then. But I have a lot of questions. And I keep seeing on people on Twitter saying, oh, the address wasn't that confusing. I sat there absolutely befuddled because I genuinely thought that he was telling us one thing on one hand and another completely different thing on another. And I kind of process information all the time. So I was reading these tweets and one of them was like, oh, you don't have the brain capacity to understand what he was saying. And I was sat there on Twitter like, but I think it's a bit of a we'll see what happens situation. I thought yesterday there was a real emphasis on getting the economy started again. And I actually think that was a little bit out of touch. Obviously, it's important. We need money pumping through the country. But I think what people want to do at the moment is know when they can, go to their friends, go to their families, the people that need them, that, they want to see, they want to hug. And that's where my heart is. At the moment, I want to split myself in all sorts of areas of the UK. And I did think that was missing. Obviously, today there's been more guidelines released, but I don't know. I mean, you say that I'm religiously in tune with all of that, but to be honest, I've stopped watching over the past few weeks because I find the bad news really, really frustrating. And obviously the amount of suffering that is going on, it's just, it beggars belief.
Okay, so, I mean, I've seen a lot of people posting about it and it's kind of like memes with everyone looking very confused. So what, does anyone actually know what are you allowed to do now that you weren't allowed to do before?
Go out, well, from Wednesday. So we're not allowed today. We're not allowed tomorrow, but from Wednesday, for all the significance Wednesday has, we can go out for unlimited exercise and we can see one person from a different household as long as you stay 2 meters apart. So again, the government came under fire for that too, because one of the ministers said, yep, you can see 2 people from another household, and then changed his mind 12 hours later and said, no, you can't. Obviously, people that can't work from home are now being told to go back to work, which is obviously another thing because the emphasis has been on staying at home.
Yeah.
But now they've changed their slogan to stay alert. How can you stay alert from an invisible illness?
You can't see corona, so what does stay alert mean? If someone sneezes, you run away from them or you spray them with hand sanitizer?
The only thing like I know, I think it's the same for
anyone else
Scotland
hear
as
that
well.
feedback? Sorry.
Yeah, actually,
yeah, a little bit.
it sounds like someone is crunching on crisps.
Chewing.
Yeah, I don't know what this noise is. Oh, it's not.
It's Olivia.
Oh no, it's
No,
Pageant
it's
again.
It sounds like crunching.
Yeah,
It sounds like when my
someone's
cat eats biscuits.
chewing on. We don't have anyone else in the room. I mean, this is the thing with this one. I can only see the 5.
It's not me. I'm not touching anything.
Joanna said she thought it was me type. All right, so everyone say nothing. It's one of us. It's someone's like microphone, or is it me? I think it might.
Every time someone speaks.
I think it's Adrian.
Is it every time someone talks? Is it? Because now I can hear it.
Yeah.
How annoying. Okay, Lauren, you go for it. You were going to say something. I'm going to see if I can do anything about this, but I somehow doubt it.
I think it's the same for Wales and Scotland, though.
I'm
Like
put my headphones in for a sec.
Our government has kind of like decided that we're still in lockdown for 3 more weeks, and then it's going to be reevaluated. And I think Boris's announcement last night was more aimed towards England because I think now they want to deal with everything separately as separate countries.
Oh gosh, that's worse.
So the only thing I took from it is I'm still in the same situation I was
bye,
in.
Adrian. Bye, Felicia.
Well, we got this, girls.
Right, girls, let's have a real chat.
You want me to remove myself again? I'm just seeing, like, if I remove, I'm going to remove everyone one by one and see who the crackling culprit is. So if I remove myself and you guys have a chat amongst yourselves, let's see if they're still crackling.
Is it still crackling, girls?
No.
No.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh,
Okay,
I think
so
it's
it's
when
not my
everyone's
fault.
crackling then.
It may just be an internet thing. This happened to me twice. It happened on my Skype interview with Holly, and it happened with my interview with Emma Jenkins as well. All right, let's remove the Scott. She's gone.
No, I think it's still gonna.
Is
is it
it?
crackling anymore?
Hello? No, it's not.
No, it's
It's
not
not
crackling.
crackling
No.
anymore.
It's Olivia. You snap crackling.
Olivia,
pot.
it's you. It is. It wasn't crackling when we removed you.
It was crackling when I was away, like for you guys.
Yeah, bear
I
with.
swear.
Okay, so can every time I remove Olivia, she's in the middle. I'm like, so I can't hear any crackling anymore. Can you guys hear any crackling anymore?
No.
No.
I can hear. I heard like a little bit just then, but that's
Oh, I
about
can't
it.
hear Lauren at all.
You can't hear Lauren at all now.
No.
Joanna's just said it stopped when Olivia went.
Oh.
Your fault,
To add
Olivia.
insult to injury.
entirely-
Have you got headphones, Olivia?
No, because my phone's charging.
Because
I'm rubbish.
It
I'll
might
tell
be
you
the
what.
charger. Unplug it.
Hang up from the call, Olivia, and then rejoin. We'll see if your audio fixes itself up.
Danielle, can you hear me now?
Okay, so you can't. I can hear Lauren. Who can hear Lauren?
Lauren, give us a little.
Hello.
No.
Danielle, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you
I can
hear
hear
me?
Lauren, but you can't hear.
Shall I leave and
Lauren.
come back?
No. Hang on. Let me try re-adding you. Hang on. Give me a sec.
Oh, it's just us
This is
three now.
fun.
Everyone watching is going to be like, what is going on?
We look like an ice cream. Oh,
Could you hear each other then?
I didn't
Okay,
hear
hang on.
Lauren.
I'm going to remove myself. Lauren, start talking, and let's see if Danielle can hear you. I'm going to remove myself. Lauren, you go first.
Hello, can you hear me now?
As Boris's update.
Hello?
I can't
Danielle?
hear Lauren.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm going to
It's okay.
remove Lauren
I'm probably
and then
better off
re-add
that
her
way.
back. Give me a sec. Hang on. All right, hang on. Because I've removed Lauren. Olivia's back.
I
Okay.
can't hear Adrian.
Okay, do we have any crackling from
I
Olivia?
can't hear Adrian.
You can't hear me. Can anyone hear me?
Well,
I can hear you.
This is so
Oh,
confusing.
God.
Oh, this is brilliant software, Adrian. So simple that even I could work it.
It is really
I'm
simple. It
gonna
just
leave and come
doesn't
back
work,
and see if I-
apparently. Okay. Okay, so who can hear me? Please put your hand up if you can hear me. What's happened to Chloe? Now Chloe's frozen. This is a right disaster now, isn't it? Okay. Lauren, can you say something? And let's see if Danielle can hear you.
hello. My name
I can
is
hear you.
Lauren. Lovely to meet you all
Yay.
tonight.
Who's listening to
Okay.
Adrian at the moment? Who's got him on in the background?
Oh, yay, I'm back.
One Adrian's enough.
And Chloe is back. All right, Chloe, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can everyone hear Chloe?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're adding the Scott. Can everyone hear Olivia?
Oh, I still can't hear Adrian.
Yeah, I can hear her, but she can't hear you.
Okay, bear
I
with.
can't hear
Adrian,
anything.
leave
Chat
and come
amongst
back.
yourselves.
Chat amongst yourselves.
Can we all hear each other?
I
Yeah.
can hear. Chloe, speak. Say something.
Chloe's frozen.
Chloe's froze.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Whilst
hilarious.
Chloe
well,
Chloe
this is
unfreezes.
quality software.
I know. Can you hear me now, Olivia?
I can hear you now, but Chloe's now frozen.
I can't.
I think that might be.
hear
So I think.
Look at Danielle.
Oh God, don't mind me.
I can't hear.
Okay, so Lauren can't hear me now. Chloe has frozen. Out of all of this, like Danielle has done spectacularly. She's the one that's Lauren.
I'm good
God's
for
sakes.
once.
Olivia and Danielle, talk amongst yourselves.
Hey babes, how's it going?
Danny, wait, say something.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can't.
Oh man, Adrian.
No,
So-
I'm back.
Okay.
No one
Chloe's
can hear anyone
unfrozen.
else.
Olivia
So-
can't hear me.
I can't hear Danny now.
So whenever Danielle says something, one of us needs to relate it to Olivia, but Olivia can. Okay, so put your hand up if you can hear me. Lauren can't hear me. All right. Danielle, can you repeat what I said and then get people to put their hands
What's
up?
going on?
Lauren, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Adrian said put your hands up if you can hear him.
No, put your hands up if you can see. Put your hands up if you can hear Danielle, but Danielle needs to say something, not me. So Danielle,
So, okay, so Olivia can't hear me.
Oh my
Olivia's now dropped her
goodness
phone.
me. This is
Lauren
not
Lauren can hear me, but she can't
This
hear
is a
you.
riot. That's just a
Even
write-off.
come back.
This is a shambles, Adrian.
I
What
just
can I
wanted
say?
to tell you all about my week.
I'm going to remove all of you and all of you hang up and just come back. And if you don't come back, I don't blame you and I'll just sit here and talk to myself. So go
Okay.
away, all of you, and come back.
We're
Okay. So it's just me. And as you can see, when you try new software, sometimes it doesn't work, which is why I wanted to try it out to see if it would work. And obviously it has some bugs. I know that you guys at home can all hear me, but the girls can't hear each other, so they can't actually talk to one another. So I'm going to add them all back and we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'm just going to switch over to Skype. I'll make it easier for myself. Okay, Lauren, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's one down. Danielle, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, Lauren, can you see if Danielle can hear you?
Hello.
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
Lauren. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, Chloe, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Lauren, can you see if Chloe can hear you?
Can you hear me, Chloe?
I can.
I
All
can
right,
hear
Danielle,
you
can you
too.
see if Chloe can hear you?
She's
Now
yeah.
Let me just. I knew you.
The thing is,
I,
I had it in my head going, shall I lie? Shall I say I can't hear her?
I
I
knew
was like,
you
wait, I
would.
can't hear Danielle.
So when we do get Olivia back, what I think we should all do is mouth our words and say nothing and just watch her panic.
Watching the stream on another device. Let's hope not.
Oh gosh.
I don't know, Olivia. Olivia's given up somewhere.
10-second delay.
Okay. Chloe, do you want to? All right. So basically, it sounds like everyone is, and obviously the software is not usable at the moment. So I don't look. In Australia, what's happening is we're starting a gradual rollback of the restrictions. So we're now allowed to have, I think, 10 in public places, and we're allowed to visit each other's homes in small groups. I think it's 5, and that's just happened in the last week because Australia's numbers have really come back down. But I still don't really understand what's happening in the UK, and it sounds like everyone's just been more confused by what Boris said than anything. So
Yeah.
It sounds like a bit of a disaster. Olivia, if you're watching, we still want you to come on. I hope you haven't run away. I don't know what Olivia's doing. But Olivia, come back.
Was she not in the green room?
No, not at the moment.
She's thrown the haggis in.
Well, she doesn't like haggis, so yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Chloe, did you want to, whilst we're waiting for the other Scott to come back in, did you want to catch us up with the rest of your week, apart from Boris's address?
Yes! Now that
All right.
we're all here.
Tell disaster,
to be honest, my
as a French would say.
has just been pageant training every single day, pageant training. Apart from, I think today has been the only day that I've not done any training. So I spent today typing up notes and watching Money Heist on Netflix. But I said to the girls in our chat the other day, I think it was a few days ago, I said, I'm absolutely exhausted and I've done less hours doing this than my normal 9 to 5. How on earth am I going to go back to work and cope with the demands of my job?
But I feel like with pageant coaching, especially in an interview, it can be quite intense. And
Definitely.
you're getting the most out of that girl, and then you're then having to process all of that information about that one particular person and then give them notes as well. So that is like expecting a lot of like your brain functionability in those hours. You really are like, whereas I feel like in work in general, you can take little mini respites and go and make yourself a cup of tea. You can,
run up and down the stairs a couple of times, back
Yeah.
and two to the printer.
You're really having
Yeah,
to.
that's very true. And I
Yeah,
think because
so-
I'm such a perfectionist, like I want to make sure that I give the girls the best version of me. Like I was up till whatever time last night trying to find an evening gown for a girl for a competition later this year. Just trying to go above and beyond for literally every person that chooses to have training with me.
Okay. Sorry, Chloe. Let's just. Olivia, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Can
Lauren,
everyone
say
hear
something.
Olivia?
Yes.
Yes.
Chloe, you can't
Can you
hear
hear
Olivia.
us?
No, I can. Yeah.
Smash.
I'm dying here.
Smash.
Okay, I just don't care anymore. This software. See, the reason I went on this bend with this software is because I had so many people ask me, how do you interview people on Facebook Live? Because everyone's been doing it on Instagram, but as everyone knows, it disappears. Like Joe's watching, it disappears within 24 hours. And it's like, well, if I don't get to see it in the 24 hours now, I can't see it at all. So I've been recommending this software, and I recommend it to Harriet Lane, for example, and she's not exactly, she's a technophobe, and it worked brilliantly for her. But apparently, of course, when I use it to have all of you on, it decides to not work in a very creative way where one person can hear everyone, but everyone can't hear that one person except if your name is Olivia, and then you just make crackling noises. So every time I use simplified software, I have a weird problem with it. So... and Joanna Johnson said this is a disaster. Yes, but people are still watching because I think they're enjoying watching us fumbling through.
We're a beautiful disaster. That's what we are.
You might
How
be a beautiful
poetic.
disaster. I'm only the second half of that. You're right there, Danielle. You just sounded like a cat throwing up a hairball. That was a lovely sound that you made. Okay. Sorry, Chloe. All right. So Chloe was talking about how she's been training a lot of people. So are you exhausted? If I was coaching back to back online, I'd be absolutely exhausted and I'd be blind because I wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah, on Friday it was literally like from the minute I woke up until like 6 o'clock at night. It was very, very intense. And then I try, because I always say to the girls, like, interview, you can do so much with me, but you also really need to put in the work in your own time, which is why I do really detailed notes. So I can spend like any time from an hour to 2 hours after every session doing notes, depending on what we've covered. So yeah, I'm a bit tired at the moment.
You've enjoyed it though?
Yeah, 100%. Like if I could do this all day, every day, and somehow do my also dream job, then yeah, great stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Whilst we have everyone on and there's no weird crunching sounds from a mysterious invisible cat, I guess there's a couple of, I mean, the main thing that we should talk about that's happened since we were on last week is Galaxy being postponed. And obviously we've got two existing queens, two reigning queens on. So, I mean, I'll preface it by saying I think it's the right decision. It was maybe a bit earlier than I thought it would be, but everyone doesn't know what's going on at the moment. It's probably better that you know it now than you think you're going up until like a week before and then it's cancelled. So I'm going to obviously get everyone to give their thoughts, but I'll lead off with Danielle and Olivia, so because they're the existing queens. So Danielle, how are you feeling about the whole thing and the prospect of not competing till 2021?
Yeah, well, I was a bit shocked at first because, like you said, it was quite an early announcement. But on reflection, I'm not shocked at the same time because I do feel like it is the best thing that could have happened, really. It gives time for all of this to kind of blow over. We can all be the best version of ourselves. We can recover financially, those that have struggled financially from this. You know, all of our lives have been put on hold, and I feel like it's good that that's been acknowledged so that we've got some extra time to prepare for this. Who wouldn't be happy to have an extra few months? I think we've got 14 months until we compete at international. So who would be sad about having like an extra long reign? Let's be real. So yeah, we've got, you know, loads and loads of time. You know, the main thing for me is I've got time to save to buy a lot of unnecessarily new dresses. And, you know, what makes me more happy than new dresses? So, and also, I'm climbing to Mount Everest Base Camp next year in April. So the fact that I get to take my UK sash up there, because obviously if I would have been handing over in March, I wouldn't have been taking my UK sash up there. So the fact that I'm climbing Everest with my UK sash, it gives me a little bit more to talk about. I'll be doing it for a charity. So yeah, I think then it gives me something to talk about in my interview as well. Pretty cool that I climbed up Everest. So yeah, so I've got some time to train, and because I'm climbing Everest in the April, I'll be in the best shape of my life. I just need to keep it going until internationals.
I think everyone, hopefully in April next year, will be in better shape than they are right now. I mean, I feel like a potato right now, and probably look like one right now as well. I mean, your goal was to take the sash and crown to as many countries as possible. So I actually think you might be setting a record for highest anyone's ever taken the sash, apart from obviously a plane. But I'm wondering, like, has anyone actually taken it to a high altitude by foot? That's cool. And the reigning miss, who's not making cat crunching sounds anymore, Olivia, how are you feeling? Sorry, Olivia, it's just an easy target. I'll leave you alone. How are you feeling about the whole situation?
Yeah, I think Danny's kind of just hit the nail on the head. It's 100% the right decision. Like, I wouldn't want to go somewhere and feel unsafe, and I think going to an international is such an emotional experience anyway. The last thing you want to be doing is worrying about your health on top of that. You want to have simple things like that. Just, you wouldn't even want to think about something like that because your mind's so focused on what you're doing. But no, she's just kind of said that all really. It's giving you more time to prepare mentally, financially, get more appearances in, and I'm just over the moon that I get to be a Galaxy Queen for even longer. I didn't feel sad at any point during this. I think I'm actually quite proud of myself, because I know obviously I spoke about mental health and stuff on these podcasts so many times before, but the old me would have definitely crashed and burned with all this information, and it would have been so scared. But I'm actually really proud of myself of how I've dealt with this whole situation, and at no point have I ever been sad either, because see, at the end of the day, I did what I wanted to achieve anyway. I got the national title, but I'm still going to internationals. When that happens isn't an issue. I'm still getting that experience to go, and obviously I know they've said that they're like UK finals are uncertain right now. We don't know what's happening with regards to 2021 Queens, but I've said already, I would not even be bothered in the slightest. See if things went as they were supposed to be, and like March getting new Queens, I wouldn't care that there was more people going. And see, in my eyes, hand on heart, in my eyes, it just means there's more people to go, more chances to make new friendships and to create these experiences with even more people. It doesn't matter how many of us go, you know, we're all in this together. That's what Galaxy's all about, empowering each other and being the best version of yourself. And to go there with even more people would be even better for me. To go away with somebody like another miss who knows exactly how I'm feeling, from the same country as me, knows, you know, I I think everybody was kind of thinking, oh, what if that happens and how would they feel? I wouldn't care. I'd be like, smashing, more pals, let's go. Because at the end of the day, when you go to internationals, the best girl's going to win, you know, and that's that. It doesn't matter. In my eyes, it's just the same as another country gaining the rights and sending a whole set of girls.
I guess.
This means that 2 sets of girls will be going from the UK. I'm just really happy that I'm still going. You know, I'm not as sad about this at all. It's going to be great when we go. I'm just really still excited.
I guess it's not too different to the first runner-ups going. We had, what was it? Was it last year? Yeah, last year, because Kelsey was Europe, Miss Galaxy Europe, and then there was obviously Emma, who was Galaxy UK. So I guess it's not too dissimilar to that. It's just probably magnified. Like if every country ends up sending two delegates, then that'll be a huge galaxy. But I guess at least in that case, you still got the most deserving people going. So I take your point. Lauren, Chloe, any thoughts on Galaxy being postponed, or has it all been said by these lovely two?
Yeah, so I think everyone's in the same boat. I know me and Joanna just found out today that Miss Wales and Miss Universe Great Britain has been cancelled.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we don't know when it's going to be held. We have no dates. It's just the backup date for Miss Wales was cancelled, and then the July date for Miss Universe Great Britain was cancelled. The venue doesn't think it's going to be open, and I suppose a lot of pageants are all in the same position. And I guess it is just one of those things that we have to kind of deal with and come to it when it happens. I'm looking at it exactly the same as you girls are. It's a lot more time to prepare. And I know that when I get to that finals, I'm going to be the best I could possibly be in that interview, because I know that I'm going to have more time to prepare and know exactly what my advocacy is, get that all completely solid. I obviously want the plans that I thought were going to be in process within the schedule of the pageant, and now I'm hoping to be finished and done when it gets to the pageant. So like Danielle said, she's got Mount Everest base camp to climb. Like she's going to go into Galaxy Internationals with that, able to say it, and she's smashed out already. Olivia, you're going to be way completing your miles for mine, that you could even go even further with it, maybe come all the way back as well.
Double it.
Like there's so much potential for all these plans that everyone has, that we kind of have to not think of it in a negative way. We have to think of it in a positive way.
Okay, so that's news to me, because often these news items break when I'm asleep. So Wales is not postponed, it's cancelled, and Universe is cancelled, GB.
Well, it says the date has been cancelled. It probably will be going ahead at some point, but we just don't know when. So it is just a matter of finding a new date. But as of now, the dates have been cancelled, and we just need to find another time where we can have it.
Okay. Well, that's a shame. I can't say that hugely surprised me. I've told a couple of people off air that I didn't think Wales and Universe would be able to go ahead just because within the time frame. And I think I told you that I'm not allowed to fly pretty much out of Australia until August at the earliest. So, and that's coming from our country, where we're doing pretty well handling it. Like the curve is flattening, and then as I said, we're beginning to let people go out again, and then we're expecting a little bump, a second wave, and we just pray to God that it doesn't really ramp back up. But does anyone off the top of their head know what other pageants are still a go at the moment? I mean, Holly still has Pageant Girl coming up.
She announced the date today that it's changed to August the 8th. But whether that will be able to happen, I suppose it's up to the venue and what the venue thinks is going to be their estimated timeline for being back open, and what the government say.
Okay, and that was the original date of Wales, wasn't it, Miss Wales?
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, probably the good thing that's going to come out of this, apart from what Olivia's already identified, is that we get to probably go to all these pageants now, because there was everyone was cramming it into the last few months. And I know that I think it was Miss Teen GB was going to overlap probably with International Galaxy, so hopefully none of that's going to happen anymore. Chloe, do you have any thoughts that haven't, I mean, putting you last is difficult, but you're the giant brain. Do you have any thoughts that haven't been enunciated yet?
No, I mean, I said this to Lauren and Joe earlier today, and obviously the same can be applied to both Danny and Olivia. As from a friend point of view, never mind from a Has Queen point of view, I'd rather see my friends win in the most safest way possible, when they can go out and enjoy their reigns and have their health and, you know, go and take over the world when it's safe to do so. And I just think that, you know, the decisions made by directors like Holly and Paula, they have that interest at heart as well. So just massive respect to obviously all the girls dealing with it and the directors too.
It must be a tough decision for the directors to come to, because directors really put their heart and soul into pageantry. So for them to have to announce that to 40 to 100 girls must be, you know, heartbreaking for them. But we all know it's for the right decision. I think all we've got to do is stand by our directors, stand by the pageant world, and just keep going. And
I look at it from a business point of view, partially anyway, and I just go, like, if your one thing is a pageant once a year and that's how you make most of your money, to have to cancel it for 1 year that's a really big shot to the gut. Joanna has asked this question. IJM is still going ahead, isn't it? Does anyone know? I haven't heard anything about IJM.
No, I
don't think
from them, but I
don't think it's going to be happening.
Yeah, I think IGM was supposed to be next month. I was asking Rachel Everett, who's over here in Oz, and she's a reigning teen queen. I think it was in June. Whatever the date was, it was relatively soon. And when I heard that date, I just went, I don't think. Like, you don't want to say it live on air because you don't want to sort of jinx people, but I just didn't think it was going to happen because obviously I think that's in America. So, and that they're not doing so well over there.
I think now that most pageants are announcing that their finals are being postponed and cancelled, I think a lot more directors will be feeling that pressure to maybe do exactly the same and evaluate what's going on.
Yeah,
I feel like IGM is leaving it quite close to the bone, really, because these girls are really prepping themselves up mentally to be competing next month. And is that really going to be happening? It's better off to, like, I'd rather know now about Galaxy, even though Galaxy was said to be in October. I'd rather know now, so mentally I'm prepared for next year. These girls are supposed to be competing next month,
and they're in limbo.
Yeah. Well, IJM, I don't know too much about the system. I've interviewed Rachel, but I was planning on interviewing more people who are competing in IJM. What I do know about IJM, it is massive. I don't know how many people are involved in Miss Wales and Miss Universe GB, but IJM is on the scale of, I think it was 300 girls.
It's crazy.
So if anything, I mean, if you have 300 girls lined up, and again, that's how you make your money, it's a very difficult business decision to make, which I understand, but I just don't see anything happening in America this side of the end of June. So, and I think it would be good to give the girls a bit more notice, but I guess everyone has to make their own decisions now. So, so IJM looks like it might still be. They say they're going ahead, but who knows? Is there anything in UK pageant land that is?
I don't even think you can fly, though, could you, from the UK to America?
We can't fly from Australia. Our national carrier Qantas is not flying anyone out until July or August at the earliest.
I don't know how that would even work.
I think you have to have like a legitimate reason to be.
I don't think a pageant is a legitimate.
No,
like. I don't even think it's that, because like you can't even leave your house. They can't, like, you're not going to be able to get on a plane.
There are flights going out of Heathrow and Gatwick still currently.
Where are those flights going?
There are flights still coming into the UK, but they are asking that they quarantine themselves when you do come back into the country. But it has to be it has to be essential travel. So I think they're really grilling people at borders.
Okay, so what was I going to say? Because the situation in America, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't keep abreast of much of this stuff anymore because I find it so depressing. But you have the president at the top who says one thing, but then all the states seem to do whatever they want. So it would also depend on which state it was held in. I think IJM might be Texas. So don't quote me on that. But I think it also depends which state they're competing in. So,
and Texas has been quite strict out of all the states. So are they not? I feel like Texas is
they're
strict.
back open for business. Business.
Texas.
A lot of the big southern states are like, no, money is more important.
Wow.
So I thought
Yeah.
they were doing quite good.
No.
I know that New York has obviously suffered probably the most.
New York's been horrible. New York has had open air morgues. It's I've seen. This is why I don't normally follow the news, because I find it really depressing. And then I've tuned in obviously recently because you kind of want to know what the regulations are. And I saw one image that I'll never forget in Brazil, and literally it's a bulldozer harrying out a trench, and it's just filled with coffins. It's absolutely just. And as you guys will know, the Excel Center has been turned into a hospital, and that's where Miss World was last year.
Although the XL, it's called the Nightingale now. There's only one ward open, so it's essentially empty, which is a good thing. But then
Hopefully it stays that way.
But then I also feel like Boris is like, oh, the Nightingale's empty, the curve is flattening. Let's become a little bit more lenient. But I feel that's the worst thing, because they'll end up closing the Nightingale because there's only one ward open, and then when we have another spike it will be closed and they'll have to open it up again, and that's a scary thought.
I do feel for the politicians in charge. I mean, having said that, they wanted that responsibility, so there is that. But if I was in their position, I would be taking things very, very slowly, because the worst thing would be to have a second spike, which I know is going to happen at least a little bit once we start letting people out again. But it really kind of upsets me that you guys are confused by what Boris said, because one thing you need at the moment is clarity. And if you guys don't know really what's going on, and I've seen posts like Wales, if Boris says something, then Wales will have its own kind of rules, and Scotland like the same. Like,
yeah, we have.
Like, we're not going to do what he said. We're going to do it. Like, is that a thing that's happening?
So we have the Scottish government and the Welsh government. So I think Wales and Scotland have decided that their government's gonna have their own rules for each country, because I don't know the whole ins and out. Chloe, you could probably correct me on this, but what Boris is saying for like England isn't what Wales and Scotland believe should be happening. So they've kind of all separated and decided, right, we're going to do what's best for Wales, and Scotland's going to do what's best for Scotland, and Boris can do what he thinks is best for England.
Yeah, that's exactly.
There's quite a divide at the moment between each country and what they think is best for their people.
This is just crazy. It just gets more and more confusing.
From Boris's perspective, what I gather is because he is obviously there's the hierarchy. He is in charge of the money and the economy. So he's thinking from an economy point of view. He wants to get England up and running again and encourage people to go back to work for the economy's sake, because he's in charge of that. Whereas I feel like
it's like economy or people's lives.
Yeah, where I feel like Nicola Sturgeon has taken public health into more consideration.
Really think.
Yeah, which I think is more important. You can't have an economy if you haven't got people to run it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's. I don't know if you guys are seeing these comments. Can someone fill me in what this Nando's scale is? Because I did see it. What's the Nando's scale? Someone fill me in.
Was it the COVID alert scale? So
we basically have a scale from
5 to 1. 5 being the highest, worst case scenario. Everyone's got COVID. To 1, it no longer exists in the UK, which we won't be there for probably a couple of years, I'm guessing.
We're not even out of 4 yet. It's been 2 months and we're still in 4.
Yeah, but it looks identical, the colouring system, to the spice chart at Nando's.
Because the colours are like green to red.
We're guessing that Boris is just fancying a cheeky Nando's.
Oh.
You brought Nando's up.
I didn't bring cheeky up.
I'm missing Nando's.
I was going to say, you had the KFC the other day. I was like, I'm surprised it wasn't
today,
a Nando's.
Actually, and it was the best KFC I have ever had in my life, and I do not regret it, and the addiction is real.
Olivia, as a resident fussy eater, how do you feel about KFC?
I don't like KFC.
Get Olivia out the room, leave.
No, honestly, I think McDonald's is just...
Yeah, but McDonald's isn't open. It's only KFC that's the option I have.
Because McDonald's are caring about your health more than KFC is, obviously. There's one thing to go by. But no,
I can't wait for McDonald's to be open. I'll be first one in the drive-thru. I'm camping out there for 2 days so I can get front of the queue.
I still want to try.
My sister was in the queue today. My sister waited for ages, sent me a picture of her sitting in the car, and I was like, oh. But she got her meal and she was happy as Larry. So
I really want to try the vegan burger from KFC. They've done like this vegan.
Oh yeah.
I haven't tried it, and I've spoken to many a vegan that have tasted said burger, and they said it was delish. So I'm still intrigued about that. So I might have to go and try that when I'm feeling a bit naughty.
In Australia, we have a chain of burger places. I think it might be called Ribs and Burgers. They have this because the whole vegan thing is really taking off with people wanting to be healthier. And I've been vegan I was vegan for a long period. I'm no longer vegan, but they have this Beyond Burger. I don't know if you guys have in the UK.
Oh yeah, the Beyond Burger's good. They're expensive though.
But they've taken it so far that they go, oh, okay, we don't want you to miss out if you decided to go vegan. So we're going to make this plant-based burger, and it even bleeds when you cut into it. So like beetroot in it. So when you cut it open, it looks like it's actually oozing out blood or meat.
They're good though. They're really good.
Olivia is echoing many people's sentiments, going, what's the point? I don't know.
Like, be what you want to be. This is a free world, but if you're going to be vegan, don't eat a burger that looks like it's got blood coming from it. Just be a vegan. Have a vegan burger. Like, but surely that would like go against everything that you stand for.
Well, I've given a lot of thought to this because I used to be vegan, and I've said many, many times I quite like being vegan, and I like the idea of eating more vegetables because it's easier on the planet. No, forget the health benefits. I've said that I just can't stand vegans a lot of the time, and I say that with all the love in my heart because sometimes I get very pretentious. But I think it depends why you go vegan, Olivia. So, like, if you go for health reasons, that's one thing. But if you go vegan because you want to do what's best for the planet, and you might still really, really, really want meat, but you go, I'm not going to do it because it's not good for the planet and the carbon footprint, etc. So maybe that makes sense. But
point. That's it. I retract my comment. That's a very fair point.
You don't need to retract it.
There's vegans out there that don't want to be vegans because they just feel bad. They feel bad, so they want a vegan burger that bleeds to make them feel a bit more.
I've had a lot of things whilst I was vegan that I wouldn't inflict on my worst enemy. I've tried a lot of things. I've tried. What have you tried?
And I was like, nah.
I had a vegan burger in Frankie and Benny's, and I have to say it was very, very nice.
Oh.
Very tasty. And I didn't expect it to be like that.
Joanna has chimed in with double cheeseburger, extra cheese, and cheese melt dippers.
It's a girl after my heart, Joanna. That sounds smashing.
Joanna, is this what you're eating now because Miss Universe has been cancelled? Not going back into the Parma violence again. God.
Oh, as long as those cheese dippers, cheese melt dippers? As long as those cheese dippers don't end on the floor from you having a paddy. I can just imagine the big dipper flying through the air.
I still love this idea that all Jo has to do is throw it away from herself and that she was too lazy to go up and pick it up and get it. I mean, literally, she just threw it onto the carpet. She could get up, get it, but she didn't. Anyway, Jo, I hope you're enjoying yourself. What have we got? The vegan burger is so good. I can't remember where the vegan burger was. Chloe's mum has put pancakes with sausage and syrup, but not from Lauren's Mackey's because they forget the syrup.
Who put syrup on a sausage?
No, it's on like the pancake things you get from
sweet and
McDonald's.
Nah.
It's like I had pancakes and bacon with syrup the other day. That was really good.
That weirds me out. I'm sorry. I don't think syrup should be on a meat thing.
What, you putting the syrup, like the maple syrup, on a sausage?
Yeah, like a burger sausage, like flat sausage from McDonald's.
Well, it does sound weird, Danielle, but remember there's things like salted caramel, there's sweet and salty, and then
Yeah,
there's maple coated bacon. That's a thing, like in Canada,
Yeah.
that's a big thing, and chocolate coated bacon as well.
no,
It might actually work.
no chocolate bacon.
So hang on, Olivia, are you actually okay with this one? This is the first time I've mentioned a food, and you've gone, you'll have that.
I'm not okay with chocolate bacon.
I don't eat meat anyway, but
I draw
like,
the line at chocolate
nah.
bacon. Nah.
Well, I
Nah.
like a bit of bacon with my pancakes and syrup.
Me too.
Guilty as charged.
No, I just like my sweet things sweet and my savoury things savoury. Let's not get into pineapple on pizza now. Let's not go there.
No,
because
do
Chloe,
not.
I'll put a pin on Chloe.
No.
I don't
No,
like pineapple
no.
on pizza.
Don't start that. Don't start scone. Don't start. No. That just there are certain things that we stay away from. I've been told politics. I've been told all that stuff. No, we just don't talk about pineapple on pizza. We don't talk about scones or scones, and we don't talk about jam or cream first. We don't talk about tea, dinner, all that stuff. No.
Have you ever dipped a McDonald's
dinner,
fry
tea.
into a McFlurry?
Yes.
Oh, you're nasty.
So good.
What?
Good. It's so
You put
good.
a fry into a McFlurry?
I remember
Or a
this girl I
milkshake,
was
either
in-
or.
This girl I was in school with, she used to dip her sandwiches into a yogurt.
No, devil's work. No.
Yeah, well, I don't know where to begin to vomit. Sandwiches into her yogurt.
Yeah.
What
And
was
she was
wrong
like,
with
well,
her?
it's all going to be mixed up in my belly anyway. I'm like, okay.
They're not
What
on your
the-
taste buds.
Oh,
But what was in her
Oh.
sandwiches?
Like a
God.
cheese or like a ham
Okay.
sandwich. Like,
Okay, I can. Oh, ham.
no, you
Yogurt.
don't put bread in yogurt. Who puts bread in yogurt? Yogurt. I
like a
don't care
muller
what you call it.
corner yogurt, you know, like with the strawberry on one side.
Did she like dip the corner of her sandwich in the yogurt and then dip it into like the chocolatey crispies part and go, yep.
No, like
We'll go
mix
That'd
it
be
all
okay
in first and then dip it in.
Joanna Johnson.
She might as well just stick a roast dinner in a blender and go like it's all just going to go in my stomach anyway. So
Well, you might as well just
Yeah,
go
but
to
what
the.
about digestive biscuits? Because in a cracker set, you have digestive biscuits and you put cheese on top
no,
of them.
they're not digestives. They're like
They basically are.
they're like the texture, but
They're
they're more
sweet.
no.
I don't even know what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
It's not an actual digestive though, is it? What is it called?
Similar.
It's like a wholemeal.
No,
thing.
there's definitely somewhere they have like
Yeah.
little digestive biscuits in.
I'm not
I
okay
think
with
it pretty
that.
much is
I'm not
just
okay with
digestive.
that.
But what about like cheese and chutney? Because chutney's just like a jam.
Yeah, but
hate
it's got
chutney.
like I like.
I think you're going to make Olivia
onion-
vomit. Literally, look
onion
at
chutney.
Olivia. Everything you're saying, and she just looks like she's going to gag.
onion.
Yeah,
chutney.
welcome to Pageants and PJs, guys, where we talk about the deep hitting issues and occasionally talk about pageantry, but not very often. I'm crying. This food is so disgusting. My eyes are watering. Joanna has put what I wish I was eating it now. Haha, OMG! I'm going to add the Parma violets to my Amazon wish list again.
Loves Parma violet.
Get the big pack this time, Joe. Go hard or go home. Don't get 50. Get like 100 of them and, eat them all in
Do
one
it.
go. Christine Kohler, who I think is over in America, Portillo's. I don't know what Portillo's is. Does anyone know what Portillo's is? Cheese fries and beef and
Must be a
cheddar.
restaurant.
Portillo's. That type of mushroom.
Croissant. Beef and... I'm going to vomit. I'm going to do an Olivia and just look like I'm gagging. Joanna has said, I did have a pizza for tea and regret it. Tea is dinner? Like, what? I get confused.
Oh,
tea
that's-
is
Yeah.
what I drink. Tea, okay, no,
Oh.
never mind. I didn't bring it up. Forget. Don't use the word tea. Maria has said Danny's syrup is for pancakes.
And
Yes.
bacon.
Yes. No.
And bacon.
No. Syrup is for the
And bacon.
pancakes. The sweet
And
on the
bacon.
sweet.
Okay,
I
so hang
disagree.
on. Olivia, let's put you on the spot. So obviously we have Lauren and Chloe who say that syrup does belong with bacon. I'm going to say a no, and obviously Danielle is very fervently against it.
But
So
would
you're the
you-
swing vote here. Which way do you go?
I'm for this one. Like pancakes and bacon is a staple. Like it's so good. How can you
Bacon,
say
pancakes, and syrup.
It's like sweet and salty, like it
savoury,
counteracts.
exactly.
Yeah,
sweet and savoury?
It works.
I did not
Danny, you don't
expect
even
Sweet
eat
and
bacon, so I
nasty.
don't. I'm gonna get you a bacon substitute and make you eat it.
No,
a
but
bacon
would you?
substitute.
But would you put maple syrup on your like English fry up?
No, because it's different bacon. Because you're not having like the beans and everything else with it. You just
It's
have
bacon.
pancakes and bacon on its own with. Yeah, but
Syrup.
it just doesn't go with an English fry. If it's an American breakfast,
What's the difference between English or
go
American?
to
It's bacon.
IHOP and that's what you'll have.
Just gonna stick it on my gammon and eggs.
That's
I
the
Oh, I
did
think
not
that
ex-
could actually work. Maple
No,
syrup
oh,
and gammon.
no.
It might
No.
work though.
I think it could
Gammon and
work.
bacon, same thing.
Yeah, it's pork.
You're, that's
Yeah.
gonna
It's the same thing.
just sounds like a belly ache.
Isn't gammon cooked differently? Bacon obviously is
not.
fried up and crispy. Gammon is like ham, though, isn't it?
You can no,
Yeah.
you can fry
Yeah.
a gammon steak. You can fry a gammon steak.
Oh,
I was once told that gammon is the closest to human flesh that you can ever get,
okay. Moving on.
which is like
Thanks,
weirded
Lauren,
me
for
out,
that.
and that's why I don't like gammon.
As I said, welcome to the podcast where we occasionally talk about pageantry.
And
Ariana
cannibalism.
Torres, sweet and savory is best.
I agree.
Agreed.
Sweet and savoury. But there's
Okay,
there's a line.
But is there
As well.
anything? Is there any other situation where we would potentially mix sweet with savory? I mean, okay, syrup on bacon. I have heard of that. But what other situations? I mean,
Some
Cheese
people
and
like
jam.
and salty popcorn together, but that's ridiculous behaviour.
So I don't
like,
mind
should
that.
not happen.
but that's
So-
sweet and salty. But you literally like sweet and savory. Like have something from
Yeah.
your dinner and pour like ice cream on it. Or I guess that the fries and the McFlurry is one thing.
Yeah,
but
but you
that's
have
just gross.
cheese and jam.
No,
That's true.
no.
Yeah.
I don't
People
have
do
cheese
eat
and jam.
Cheese and jam.
Cheese
I
and
wouldn't
jam.
have cheese and jam.
Yeah,
What cheese and what type of jam? Because I
I
tell you
wouldn't.
what,
strawberry jam.
I'm not putting
or-
strawberry
or
jam on my
turkey
brie.
and cranberry because cranberry's quite
That-
sweet.
But that's
Yeah.
not. That's but the cranberry's like bitter.
It's a bit tart, so it's a bit different.
No, it's not. It's sweet.
I think it depends what brand
Depends.
of
You can get
cranberry you
sweet
have.
ones, and a lot of
Yeah,
people have the
depends
sweet.
what. If you
Yeah.
buy, oh, I'm spitting.
Or apple sauce with pork.
Danielle's
because
getting
apple
really
sauce is
worked up
sweet.
Did you
about
see
it.
that? I'm like, I'm
The
frothing at the
saliva is
mouth. I'm like,
coming. Oh no! How did we get onto this topic? Let's just go through the comments because we've started an
I don't know.
argument. So, Joanna has said
Back to
Yasio
pageants.
on packages. What? What are
I
you
think
putting
that's
on
supposed to be
packages?
pancake.
Pancakes,
Oh.
I think she means.
Thank you, Olivia, for translating that. Syrup.
oh,
Oh, okay. Syrup on pancakes and so. I'm thinking like Joe wants to put syrup on packages. Lynn has said syrup goes on everything. Joanna has said, yeah, Joanna, your spelling it's atrocious tonight. Megan Goldberger said, folded. Oh, don't start. You guys are just wanting to set a pineapple. Everything here is just designed to start an argument. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. It's a fruit.
Good.
Olivia,
so good.
just McDonald's fries in chocolate milkshake.
no,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Joanna
not.
has said dipping toast in tea is good.
No,
Yes.
No.
Joanna,
no.
Wow, we're never going to talk to each other again. Have a cheesy garlic bread folded with chips inside, maybe even a cheeky piece of kebab.
That sounds like a Saturday night
That's
out.
a lot.
That was a lot.
Guys, why honestly, some of you, why don't you just get all of your food that you ever want to eat in the day, put it in a blender, wires it up and drink it? I mean, that sounds like what you're doing anyway. I mean, just have at it. Ariana Torres has written jail. Yeah, well, I don't exactly know what that means, but I am thinking of
think-
putting a few people in jail. The little that there is people have been set off by this whole discussion. In Patillo's is a fast casual restaurant chain, a must for visiting Chicago. I want my deep dish pizza. Maria, you can eat your damn bacon with pancakes, and your pancakes have okay, Maria, example of sweet and savory: bacon on a maple frosted donut.
Bacon on a donut.
No, I can't. Mm.
I can't get
There
with
is a
this.
restaurant in Glasgow, and I've had this burger. Obviously, I've had this burger, and it's a bacon cheeseburger, but the bun is actually like a glazed ring donut.
I could probably eat that.
It's
I could
so
go for that.
Yeah, I could get on that.
It's so good.
Like I
I'd
can
give
get
it a
with,
good go.
I can get with a brioche because it's slightly sweet, maybe, but a glazed donut. I can't say that I'm going to be
My
stuffing.
belly is like rumbling.
I'm going to like
I know.
just go and cut a Krispy Kreme in
Is that
half
what that
and stick a
noise
burger
was?
in it.
That's what the
I'm
noise
going to
was.
order a takeaway after this.
I'm thinking, like, what have I got in the cupboard to eat?
No.
You can order
My-
a takeaway right now. I mean, you sat there, just grab your whatever and
I
order.
have
It
a
could be there.
50% off code for Uber Eats as well. Runs out
Oh my goodness,
tomorrow.
could you imagine like KFC chicken with a donut, like in a burger? Oh, that would
In
be
a
nice.
donut or a
And maple
burger?
Like
syrup.
a donut burger.
Oh,
Like that
no.
would actually be good.
I feel sorry for your arteries.
I feel sorry for me. There's obviously a wide-ranging difference of palates on right here.
There's the
Olivia,
refined palate,
did-
and then there's the children's palate.
And you
Well, hang
have
on.
the children's palate.
Olivia, do you have brioche in Scotland? Because Danielle was going on about she'd have the brioche, but you do,
Yeah.
okay? Because I've been told like food in Scotland is not the best by
Oh
Scottish
no, they've
people.
got some.
Oh,
They've got
really?
some really some of the best
By Scottish
restaurants.
people, because
Some
of
of the
like things
rest-
like the deep fried Mars bar, and they go, that's an
Oh.
example of.
Yes.
I've never actually had a deep fried Mars bar.
Me neither.
I don't like
Maybe
Mars
you're not
bars.
Scottish then.
I don't like Mars bar.
Maybe I'm not, apparently.
Well, why would you deep
Apparently I don't
fry
like
it?
anything.
Why would you
So-
see? I think that says a lot for
mean,
a
I
country
can-
that wants to take a Mars bar and deep fry it. Why?
Well, they deep fry everything. I mean, we
What's
were
the difference
delivered
between a
deep-fried
fritter?
pizzas yesterday.
What's the difference between like pineapple fritters or apple fritters? That's put in batter and deep fried and then covered in syrup, and they're delicious.
Yeah.
I think I could get on board that. I don't like Mars bars, but I could probably get on board with maybe like a Snickers that's deep fried, bit of ice cream on the side. I don't mind
Snickers
that.
is just a Mars bar without the nuts.
It's got
though.
nuts. It's
Mm.
better. It's more caramel. It's better.
Nuts and chocolate.
I don't
again.
mind them both.
No.
I prefer a Bounty though, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
Or
prefer Bounty.
coconutty.
I've never liked Snickers. I don't like nuts and chocolate. It's like
Chloe's
teeth
face.
break.
You actually like you would
I
choose a Bounty.
I like a
Bounty. So
Bounty.
if we ever have is it a celebrations box? You know, I'm taking all the
Yeah.
bounties out of it.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't really do that. I would take. Do you guys have the Turkish delight? I know a lot of people don't like Turkish
like-
delight.
I like
love
Turkish delight.
delight. So I still
Oh, no, I like
one wants them. Chloe, what's wrong? You look like you're going to cry.
I'm actually rethinking mine and Lauren's friendship because yesterday she told us that she doesn't like gammon. That's one of my favourite foods. She doesn't like pineapple on pizza. That's one of my favourite foods. But somehow she loves Bounties, and Bounty is one of my least favourite foods. What do we have in common at this point?
You used
Gotta
to
get
could
new
never
friends.
have a meal. You always have to eat out, so you can order separate things on the menu. You
Yeah.
can't share a curry, that's for sure. You know that thing. Lamb boona, chicken boona, prawn boona. You ain't sharing.
Me and Chloe like the same pizza, don't we? Though, like you like a barbecue base.
I do like a barbecue base, but if I have to
That's
pick,
right,
I'd
then.
have pineapple on a pizza.
You can put
We'll have to have
pineapple on
and
half.
Put it on half.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
put pineapple on half. And
We do a
call
half
it.
and half.
And then, can I just say, don't? It's very difficult dating a vegan. Just put it
I was
that
going
way.
to say, it could be a lot worse. It could be vegan.
You want to date? You want to date a raw foodist? That's the best. You can't even have anything that's
What?
cooked.
The amount of
I don't think
times
I'm into that.
That's
The amount of
technically
time-
what I was. I wasn't even a vegan. I was a raw foodist. So you don't have anything that's
Yeah.
cooked.
that is
So
a
literally every time I go to a
struggle.
restaurant, it was literally give me the green salad, olive oil and lemon on the side. Can't even have balsamic vinegar. So it was like, no, I did that for a while. So it's not. I don't recommend it. What have we got? Praline chocolate's not sweet and savory. Well, sweet and
I like-
salty.
I like praline. Praline?
Praline.
Yeah, I like that.
No, not savory. Savory is when you mix a food non-sweet item with a sweet dessert. I'm so confused what we're talking about now. I feel like we've started a massive argument, but I don't even remember why
I'm
we're talking about
hungry
it.
now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Joanna had
I'm
said the same
so
thing. Guys,
hungry.
you're all killing me with this food talk. Megan has said yes, Olivia, but I don't know to what. I've had that. What did you have?
The donut burger.
Oh,
Gonna vomit. Maggie G has said I'm starving now. Thanks, guys. Maria has said Olivia in caps. They have that donut burger here. It sounds disgusting.
it's
There
not
you go.
disgusting. It's so good. It's so good.
It's like
Okay.
it's actually glazed like a Krispy Kreme. Oh man, it's gonna make your hands messy as well.
Joanna, look at Joanna's comment. She knows what she's talking about.
Chloe, have you seen this comment?
Well, do you know what?
Lynn is
I
on
do
my
think-
side as always.
As always,
And then this comment?
that's fine. You can have my mum. I'll take Joe. Clean break. Happy divorce.
And this
At least we
comment.
all like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if anyone remembers how we got onto this topic. I certainly don't. And we've now been gas bagging about this. And this software is obviously useless. It's working now, but it was a right old disaster at the beginning. So, okay, let's wrap this up because you all want to eat and I haven't had breakfast yet. So, put your hand up or forever hold your peace. Does anyone have anything exciting to announce coming up in the next week? Everyone's still stuck at home, so I don't know if anyone does. But does anyone have anything they want to say? I'm doing this week. It's going to be super exciting.
Oh, I have a live stream over on Instagram tomorrow with a friend of mine from Panama. So be sure to go and watch that. It's at 7:15 tomorrow.
Okay. PM, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
And I'm assuming that we will have the pageant pub quiz back on Saturday, which should be fun. Megan, you're watching. Please confirm. It's the highlight of my week.
Joanna has her bingo night.
Joanna's
Oh yes, Joanna's
bingo
night.
on Friday.
Buzzing
Got my ticket
for
ready to go.
Got my tickets.
I still need to get Mama tickets.
Get your tickets in.
So if anybody does want to join that, it's £5 for a ticket. It's a cash prize, and I can do with some cash right now.
Okay, Megan has said yes. So Maggie, the pub quiz is back on. Can you confirm? And then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think that's a yes. We're back.
Yeah.
With the pageant pub quiz.
Quick, Maggie, quick. Is that yes to the pub quiz or no? When's the last time the pub quiz was on?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago now.
That long ago? Okay, wow. I thought it was happening all the time. It's always on at like 4 a.m. in the morning for me. All right, Megan has said that she's back. Okay, so that's going to...
Yeah.
That's going to happen. Okay, well, obviously I'm going to thank everyone for their time. Lauren and Danielle, as usual. Olivia and Chloe, thank you for your vital contributions to our very educational and informative discussions tonight. This has been the biggest 1.5 hour of complete nonsense I've ever done. So I don't know why people are watching. There's still so many of you watching.
People.
I predict there's going to be another games tournament next week then.
Yeah, before we go into more weird,
time?
disgusting
I know,
habits
Chloe
of
played.
pageant girls.
I think that's why maybe Scotland didn't do too well because Chloe wasn't allowed to play.
What team would you have been on though, Chloe?
Scotland, obviously.
I don't want to be written out of my mum, my grandma, and my granny's will. So,
That's true.
Scotland, 100 million %. And I know my mum's watching, so yes, Scotland.
Chloe, you need to demonstrate. If I'm going to be swayed on this, you need to demonstrate your Scottish accent because you don't sound Scottish enough to be on Team Scotland.
We'll get confused with the accents.
to say space ghetto in an American accent. Do that one.
No, I can't.
Have we found the one thing that Chloe Lake can't do is accents?
Okay, the new.
There we go.
There you go.
That must be Scottish because I had no idea what you said. Hold your wish.
Okay, the new.
Chloe, did you see the podcast episode where Olivia came on and challenged us with all her Scottish phrases and held them up back to front?
So long.
She spent so much time drawing those words out backwards that they were backwards for us as well.
She's holding them up, going, "It's not backwards. It's not backwards." I'm like, Olivia, it's backwards. That was a You did well, Olivia, and thank you for the effort you put in.
My finest moments on these podcasts, honestly. We should do a clip of like Olivia's worst moments, and it'd be like
Bloopers.
a 10-minute clip on this thing.
Olivia, I've told you I found your karaoke.
No, stop! My anxiety can't take it. I can't.
Do it.
At one time that Olivia outed herself at Grand for singing Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Stop.
And we set out like Joe and we were all trying to find it. And then I think it might actually have been Lauren who found it. Someone sent it to me. I don't remember who.
No, it was
but
Joanna,
bless.
I think it was. Was it Joanna that found it?
It was one of those two. And I found the video and I've saved it. So even if it's deleted, I literally have it in my downloads folder because it was so precious.
I also have a lot of videos of Olivia too on my phone.
Stop. Why are these just turned into like a roasting session for me? What is going on here? I'm telling Holly. I'm not.
They're bullying me. So, but Olivia, in all honesty, I was disappointed when I found the singing video because it was good.
No, don't. I can't bear it. You know how when you just think of a situation and it just makes you go, oh, so why did I do that?
No, you were dead good when you sang that.
Yeah.
No, it was Lauren. Lauren was like, come on, Olivia, you may never get this opportunity again.
I was trying to get you to do it all for the 3 weeks, but you lost your voice.
I couldn't speak.
And I was like,
I literally couldn't speak.
I was like, typical. Olivia loses her voice when they ask people to get up on and sing on stage. And then we had to listen to the one of the girls try and sing, and we were all like this.
No,
Because we just couldn't believe it.
Wasn't my finest moment. But you know what,
It
guys?
was very much your
It's all about
finest
the
moment,
experience.
Olivia.
Learn. I'll never, ever do it again.
Olivia, I have to say, you were the
Maria,
one who
if
brought
you're
it up
watching,
originally,
have a talent
remember?
round at Galaxy, and please make Olivia sing at Galaxy.
Or just get a karaoke machine for the white party.
Oh, no.
Is there anything else, Olivia, you want to out yourself about whilst we're live? Because obviously when we don't go live, you don't out yourself. You go live when we out. So
I don't want to.
No.
I think I've said enough to last my lifetime on these podcasts. I don't want to out myself even more. Don't want to disgrace myself. I think I'm fine. I think I've done. I think I've said enough.
But my life is complete because I have the video and I watched it. So and you can see below. Joe is saying that it was her that found it. So you can.
Joe, you're a traitor.
Olivia, you're the one that brought it up. None of us would have known about it if you hadn't brought it up.
I think we
I
were talking
probably
about,
would have
our
brought it
worst
up in
moments
time.
or embarrassing moments or something. Oh, and the whole world seen my most embarrassing moment. So
Live at Miss Grand International.
So
You're supposed to have a fake embarrassing moment so you can give that to people when they ask about it, so you don't actually have to divulge your real most embarrassing moment.
honestly,
No.
when am I going to learn? I just can't.
Well, look, Joe is even saying that it took her so long to find it. So there you go. Thank you, Joe. It means a world to me.
Thanks.
Um, Chloe, can you do that R sound? Can you do the world?
World.
Yeah.
Girl.
There you go.
Like that.
You said you just purred at me.
Okay, so after an hour and a half of completely, well, some of it was, anyway, I'm not going to classify it. Maybe we should put up a vote up whether Chloe should be allowed to play. I'll let you and Olivia work that out. I mean, Olivia can't do any worse than she did last time. So But
Thanks.
you're welcome, Olivia. Olivia, you'd have to cut someone from your team to put a Chloe in. You realise this?
It's fine. My team UK.
She cut herself.
Not myself. Stop.
A self-harm, Lauren.
No.
Get rid of yourself. Have Chloe in a fight.
Well, I guess if you're going to cut the
Chloe-
worst performing member of the team,
Chloe's
It's
the
me.
new captain.
that's not going to be any fun for anyone. Everyone will just give up.
I know who's getting the sack. Amy Isaac, she can get the sack because Adrian said about putting me off, and she was like, "I'll take place." So she's getting the sack.
Amy's quip was so funny. She goes, "I volunteer as tribute." I was like, I thought that was just so funny.
It was
It was just perfect comedic
Very
timing.
quick off the marker, Amy.
Was that Amy or was that Freya?
I think that was Amy.
Amy.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the accents of people I've interviewed quite well. So like, even if I don't see Olivia's face, if I hear her speaking, I know who it is. It wasn't Freya's voice. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let the audience go before we inflict any more rubbish on you. But thank you to all these guys for their time, and we'll see you at some point when we have more stuff that's really interesting to talk about.
Hey guys, it's Adrian again. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com and join the launch team for our pageant review site. All you need to do is put in your email address. Thanks, and speak to you next time.